tropical storm Cristina has just formed in the Atlantic. When this comes out, it's probably going to be a little late, or maybe a day late of when I actually made this video. But tropical storm Cristina just formed, and it's pretty crazy, guys. It has winds of let's see here. It has winds of 40 mile per hour, and minimum central pressure 1,005 millibars. Now, thankfully, it's not going to be making landfall anywhere in Mexico, but you can already see, look at those big rain bands coming onto the shore of Mexico. So it's definitely going to be bringing some impacts there. But the system is expected to move pretty much away from land in the next couple of days, a little bit like this, and actually become the Eastern Pacific's first hurricane. So this is pretty impressive, guys. Let's look at the current track for the system, because we could be getting our first hurricane with this. So let's see here. Tropical storm, tropical storm, tropical storm. So yeah, it's expected to become a hurricane by 1 p.m. Wednesday and actually stay a hurricane for a pretty long time. Like, it's still a hurricane at the end of the cone. So this could be a pretty long-lasting hurricane. Look at that, Wednesday to Saturday. That's pretty long-lasting. From what I've seen so far, it's expected to peak at around 100 to 110 mile per hour. So we're going to have to see if that does end up happening or not. But it's pretty impressive. If we go to the current storms here in tropical tidbits, let's look at the satellite imagery for tropical storm Cristina. Lots of convection, looking fairly well. You know, it's a pretty big system. Rather disorganized, to say the least. It doesn't have really a clear area. It was looking pretty bad at night, but it looks like it's getting its act together with that blow up in convection near the center. So it is looking pretty good right now. And we could definitely be seeing this become a major hurricane. Look at the models. One model, the COTI, bringing it to Cat 4 status, but as you can see, most models bring it around Cat 2 to Cat 1, with pretty much every model is bringing it to Category 1 status. It looks like it will definitely be a Category 1 in 48 hours, according to this. So in 2 days, it should be a Cat 1. But look at that one, though. Look at the COTI Dakota. Look at that. Category 1 weakens a little bit, and then just jumps in a couple of days to Cat 4 before going back down. If that actually happens, that will be a record-breaking storm. That will be insane. That will be known for a long time, this storm right here. If that actually happens, if it even reaches Cat 4 or Cat 5 status, that would be pretty insane, guys. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye for that potentially to happen, because there is the possibilities of this happening. Now, as you can see, if we look at the assembled models, you know, all of them pretty much bring it out to sea, thankfully. Thankfully, this isn't going to impact anywhere, because this could bring major damages if it did impact those areas, but thankfully that's not going to happen. So as you can see, the biggest the cone can be is something like this, so we should be fine for this. It does look like though it could come near Hawaii, but by then it would be post-tropical or not even a tropical storm. So it's all good, thankfully. So we shouldn't be seeing too much problem with that. Now, really quick, we're going to take a look at the force models for that system. I don't really do the Eastern Pacific usually, but I'm pretty interested in the system. So let's look at the GFS. GFS actually peaks it as 950. GFS goes with a 958 peak, believe it or not. And if we move it to, let's see here, 10-meter wind, I still don't know the difference. Those are some pretty high winds right there, coming to the 155 mile per hour winds, it looks like. I believe so, maybe. So it is pretty surprising. That's only bringing it to 80 mile per hour, 96 mile per hour. Is that in miles? I don't even know anymore. But that's going to be a pretty strong system if that ends up happening or not. Well, actually, that brings it lower. Interesting. But we're going to keep it at that. So that would be pretty interesting. Let's look at the CMC. So 958 for GFS. 999 of the CMC. Whoa. CMC is actually bringing it way too close to the coast right here. This we're really going to have to keep an eye. Because the CMC, look how close to the coast the CMC brings it. We're definitely going to have to keep an eye on that, because that is bad. Look at that. Look how close the CMC brings it to coast. We do not want that to happen right now. We really don't want that to happen with this. So we really gotta watch out for that. Like if it does come that close to the coast, that could be really bad. Let's see here. What model was this? Navgem also bring it to a very strong tropical or hurricane. Most models looks like bring it to Cat 1 or Cat 2, but not higher than Cat 1 or Cat 2, except the um except the what is it called? Except the GFS, which treating the high. It looks like we could get a little bit of storm surge. It looks like near those areas, but nothing too major. It seems like so we could very well, but we're gonna have to look because the CMC does bring it very very close to shore, way too close to be sure. But if you do look at the satellite imagery, or not the satellite imagery, let's look at the ocean analysis for where the system is located. It looks like it will have some pretty good temperatures for the system to blow up. It's currently located somewhere. Let me use some blue. It's currently located somewhere around here, I believe. So it does have very good temperatures for this. Now it's gonna track a little bit like this. And National Hurricane Center still keeps it as a hurricane in those colder waters. So we're gonna have to see if it is still a hurricane around here. But National Hurricane Center keeps it as a hurricane for a long time. This is the current National Hurricane Center track. Now, keep in mind, the CMC model brings it a little bit like this, so we're going to have to check for that. And then those are a little bit of a possibility for all the models together. And as you can see, some bring it very, very close to this area. That's why we're really going to have to keep an eye out for that, because that could be, if that actually happens, that could be very devastating. So we definitely don't want that to happen. But so we're just gonna have to see. This is today's tropical weather update. I'll see you guys in the next one.